low. Dense.
Look at those success stories.
There's also a lot of things to think about with the fact that players qualified
Đó
for
sức
this
giữa
competition.
đội tuyển Việt Nam và Trung Quốc thì luôn là như vậy. Đây là đội giáp quân của Gaga trong ngày thi đấu hôm nay với thủ thành Areola. Takes control and he puts in the ball.
황제 즉위식이 얼마 남지 않았습니다.
The road to Asian Games 2022. Will take place from the 2nd to 6th of August. 5 regions of Asia will take part, and they are divided into 5 separate groups. The regions taking part are West Asia, Central Asia, South Asia, Southeast Asia, East Asia, each group will follow the Swiss system format. All matches are played as individual best-of-3 matches, comprising a set number of rounds. For round 1, bracket is formed through random drawing. For each round, player will earn 1 point for a win and 0 point for a loss. Starting from round 2, players with the same records are randomly paired. Also, players won't be matched against opponents they've already faced in earlier rounds. Matches continue in the same way until the final round. After the final round is over, the competition concludes with rankings determined by points, goal difference, goals scored, and goals conceded. The road to crown the best FIFA Online 4 player is about to start. Witness the birth of the top-ranked player along with the road to Asian Games.
clearing the road to Hangzhou. Welcome everyone to Road to Asian Games 2022. And, we are here for FIFA Online 4. My name is G-Cleb. With me, we have State once again for day number 2. It is Central Asia time. You have 4 players ready to go. It's going to be another great day with the same format and actually 2 rounds only because we actually have 4 players.
Yeah, it's going to be another really fun day here at the Road to Asia Games. We just wrapped up Western Asia yesterday. If you missed day 1, Abumaka emerged victorious after 3 really closely fought rounds between all players. There was a big shakeup in the standings in that final round 3. And, you know, now that we're coming into day 2 here in the Central Asia group, only 4 players representing 4 countries. Things are going to be really heated. It's going to move very fast. Every game is going to matter a lot.
Yeah, slightly more because especially we're not playing up to 3 rounds with only 4 players, only 2. You just need to win 2. And I think we really need to talk about the goal differential today because we're playing 2, not 3, from having 4 players only, not 6 or more. So that's going to be one of the key, having how many goals, how many opportunities you take. So I think because knowing that format, I think you have to be slightly more aggressive going for the goal, even though it is riskier. Here's a full schedule. Let's go with the overview. We have 5 days of different groups, each starting from West Asia, that was yesterday. Today is day number 2, Group 2, Central Asia right there. We'll move on to South Asia, Southeast Asia, and then East Asia for the last final day.
Yeah, touring around the whole continent of Asia here on the Road to Asia Games. FIFA Online 4 Central Asia going to be our focus today. 1 player representing each of the countries you see on your screen right now, and I love that point you make about every match really being important here in this group because, you know, given the Swiss format that we have here at the Road to Asia Games, I think the winners are going to play the winners there in round number 2. The losers will play the losers. So really going for the victory is going to be absolutely critical. If you lose 1 match, I think you're pretty much out of contention for that rank 1 spot. Of course, we are fighting for seeding here at the Hangzhou Asia Games 2022. So every victory matters, although no players will be eliminated. Everyone wants to have their best shot at getting the best possible bracket on their path to a medal.
Yeah, just to explain once again, we only will have it round 1 and round 2 today. Round 2 as the final round because we have from the winners, we'll have the winners match. Basically, we'll have the lower bracket match, the losers match in round number 2, and that will be it. No round 3 for today because we only have 4 players, and they do not fight against each other once again. Of course, they were all randomly drawn for the first match, and they do have the salary cap to 255. If you're used to the console FIFA, this format should be slightly more familiar to you, but for those of you playing FIFA Online 4 on PC, online version, salary is something unique that you should also try and follow, as you can pick up a lot of icon units at the top, and that's going to be the reason why you see a lot of these similar type of teams because of the salary cap squad.
Yeah, people generally have the same kind of idea of how they want to optimize their rosters coming onto the pitch. Is get a look here. It'll be Joshik, Daniel 17, the youngest player here in this group, Galconish, and Ukashami. So going to be a really stacked group. Should be a lot of fun here in Central Asia. One of these players at the end of the day will receive the number 1 seed coming out of the Central Asian group, heading on that path to Hangzhou.
Yeah, first seed will be having a better seeding. More details to come in the later on Asian Games Hangzhou when they actually will announce the details later on. But first seed of the day from the group will have better chances of getting seed in the actual Asian Games later on. So that will be we'll actually have to go through all the games and see who comes on top from this group. And we actually have the matchup. It'll be Joshik versus Galconish here.
Yeah, Joshik versus Galconish. Kazakhstan versus Turkmenistan here in round number 1 will be the main broadcast. Of course, if we finish that one up really quickly, we will get a shot of the second match going on in round number 1 as well. And then, of course, a short 10-minute break time before we head off to round number 2. And, of course, our focus is going to be on that winner's match there, given this is a 4-person group. The winner of, the title match in round 2 is going to be walking away with that number 1 seed. It's going to be a very critical spot to fight for, and so look to see Joshik and Galconish especially really try to duke it out and get whatever chance they can, they're going to come out with their best spot. It's just really about picking up the victory here in round number 1.
Yeah, exactly. And Galconish, one of the older players, actually coming into, was a former pro in another FPS title too. So let's see if that experience actually carries on to over, because we talked about it yesterday that this is a huge LAN event at the stage, exactly the stage that you see right behind this. The players actually getting ready with the referee right behind them. First stage, they stay in their seats. For the final stage, we actually have a separate stage right in the middle, as you'll get to see that later. If you haven't tuned in
really
yesterday,
nice.
you missed something, but it's not, you didn't miss much. You missed something, but make sure to go back and watch it. But still, we have days to come until the final day. So make sure you tune into every single thing from now on. And here, we do have the flag of Kazakhstan.
Yeah, it's going to be Joshik right there, waving to the fans, waving to the crowd of the audience. Be really happy to have his fans supporting him back in his home country of Kazakhstan, as I'm sure people are tuning in from around the world right here. And Galconish, as you said, you know, the veteran coming into this group, going to be trying his best.
Yeah, from Turkmenistan, and both players actually having some different formation here. Galconish preferring 4-3-1-2. We can talk about formation a little later. So far 0-0, no match played here yet. And Joshik actually going for 4-2-3-1, which is a lot more common for one striker. But Galconish actually having the 2 top. Let's see if those type of playstyle actually, when they clash, they are going to be bringing a lot more counter playstyle. So we might be seeing a lot more goals because of that reason.
Yeah, it creates a little bit of a discrepancy in terms of where players are really lining up, and there's a chance for a lot of aggression, a lot of breakaway plays that can happen, a lot of goals scored here. Sounds like we're getting ready to go into round number 1, G-Clef. It's going to be Joshik versus Galconish, Kazakhstan versus Turkmenistan to kick off day 2 of the Road to the Asia Games Hangzhou 2022. Let's get to it.
Here's Road to Asian Games 2022, Day 2, Central Asia, first round, first set. Joshik here from Kazakhstan. Starting with 4-2-3-1. Very common. We've seen a lot of this yesterday, having Pele, the center forward.
Yeah, we did have some players up to have Pele there on the wing side, but Pele in the center really been the meta so far here on the Road to the Asia Games.
Ronaldinho on to left. Seems like Joshik wants to drive the ball a little more. I think one of the first Ronaldinho that we have from in day number 2 so far. So that's going to be the interesting take coming from Joshik in terms of playstyle. And here's the opponent here, as we do have Galconish, the 4-1-2-3. Very interesting. Actually, he changed up his playstyle. I believe we just had.
I think it'd be the 4-3-1-2. It seems like coming out. Ronaldo and Mbappe going to be the aggressors there, the strikers all the way at the forefront. And we saw this a little bit yesterday in day number 1, and the situations it can lead to with high potential for counterattacks should the ball control be surrendered deep on your defensive side of the pitch. I mean, you just shoot that ball a long way, and you can oftentimes set up a 2v1 situation that can really lead to some high-action plays and oftentimes goals as well. So you're going to see Galconish trying to make that happen. Of course, it is a little bit difficult to manage a good defense with so much emphasis on offense, which means that, you know, there is a bit of tit for tat there with aggression coming in on both sides.
Might be lacking a slight defense for the center back. And if you can control that part, okay, then this could actually work towards the striker zone. But you're talking at the highest level here. So let's see how this goes. There's the kickoff starting from Joshik from the left side. We have Galconish from the right.
Joshik in the black stripes, Galconish in the white stripes, as Galconish going to be starting this game off with ball possession here, working his way through the center of the pitch.
Ronaldinho, one of the top-rated players right now, of course, with Icon. We'd love to drive, but only if he can.
Yeah, some nice passes there. Actually maintains control with Ronaldo when he had a 2v1 situation going on. He's going to try and do a short pass to the front, but unfortunately, Galconish running interference on that one, and he will gain ball possession here. And then quickly, oh, is that going to be a flag? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, actually a foul there. Mbappe A little too far for a straight shot.
Pass that one up to the top side and gets it back to him. Went for a really ambitious goal, a little bit over the net on that one, as that would have been, you know, a tremendous shot.
Yeah.
He was able to make it happen.
That free kick was just slightly closer to the box line. That could have been a shot taken immediately, but wanted to get slightly more close. We've seen some long distance shot yesterday, so might as well take it. As you mentioned, again, from having 2 rounds, you do want to have maximum goals. So Joshik back in control.
Yeah, going forward. That's a nice setup right there. Brilliant play by Joshik coming in. Passing the ball from the flank right into the center. Wide open, goes for the clean shot on the right side of the net. And that's the way you want to start off day 2 here at the Road to Asia Games. Excellent play coming about our Kazakhstani player.
Yeah, because we could see from Galconish that he actually had a lot of center defense focused on early on. So immediately Joshik changing his stance and attacking from the wing side. There was a lot of angle open and a perfect distance pass from the wing side. Nicely done.
Yeah, once again, Joshik with control here coming in from the wing side. Nice pass to the center. Does get intercepted though. No attackers in position to hold that, and I see Galconish really quickly moving that ball up the pitch, but Joshik doing a good job of keeping that aggression under control, and once again, he is on the attack. Oh, might be setting up for a play.
Ronaldinho was put down from running from Zidane.
I can tell Joshik really want to make something happen there, but that pass just a little bit too wide. Defense able to intercept it.
Now chance for Galconish. The Q3 through pass. Well, not too long, perfectly thrown. But if you want to have another shot to your play, you have to have an angle open before you shoot, before you do pass. So you can kind of see that Galconish is in a hurry.
And he's trying to get something done. 30 minutes now here in the first half. Galconish really hasn't been, you know, besides that kick earlier on, in position to go for any shots on the goal. This might be his chance here with Mbop, but no, the defense, Hernandez, a little bit too fast. And Joshik, once again, regaining control. It feels like the ball possession has been so far in his favor this first half.
Yeah, you can always trust in Mbappe to hold the ball, but once you get that many defense, that pass was a kill pass. But sometimes you just need to take immediate shot, even if you're not going to get full strength out of it. Another good attempt. The through pass does not go through. Yeah, Walker taking it in the middle of the path.
Yeah, both players on defense doing a good job of just running interference on these through passes and not letting them actually get action.
Yeah, good individual control onto Army. Actually got the ball through the defender.
Ronaldo with a kind of cute pass to the back there, but ball does get stolen by Joshik. 42-minute mark now. And Ronaldo with a little bit of breakaway. The speed is coming in.
Within the line.
Oh.
Yeah, keeper already out. Killing that angle.
That was a really good shot. The keeper able to take control of it. It was a scary moment there for Galconish. He's already down 1-0 here in the first half, plus 2 minutes of extra time.
So this will be the final attempt, and a long distance shot, and it goes way off. And with not much power, that will be the first half, and Joshik leading 1-0.
And Joshik just doing such a good job of really setting the tempo here in this game, not only scoring that goal, but having possession for the majority of it. I want to say about 55% of the time there, in control of the ball, as Galconish really didn't find too many opportunities to try and set up for plays on the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, I feel those rolling passes were actually really well done. Like the short crosses, not too slow, not too long, not too high, just perfect distance, perfect height for your teammate, and a straight volley into the goal, into the net. Really well done by Joshik. If those attempts are allowed, even more.
And Galconish once again, no possession, but Joshik has just done such a good job of really intercepting all of these passes. It feels like anytime Galconish is getting close to the box, Joshik is there to regain control, and once again he does. His defense has been on point.
You do want to have, especially after losing the ball, you do have to have the full pressure from the defense line. I think both players are thinking about the same. The connection is good.
Goalkeeper was quite far out of position. Ronaldo going for the kick. Not able to connect, though.
Immediately going with the shot.
Oh, the header!
Slightly too weak. Of course, if you have more gauge, okay, the attack continues.
And the attack is not letting up. Another attempt on the goal as Joshik is just really putting on the pressure.
Lots of fireworks here. But the keeper is what? That's the reason why he's called the keeper. No ball is going through this guy.
He's done a good job of really denying this aggression, but it's continuing here. Joshik will try again. Defense finally able to get the ball back.
Ronaldo real fast with the first touch, so sometimes you do lose control, even with that possession. Mbappe, just going to call. Oh, that was offside before.
Or was it?
Just by a foot, I think. That was really close. They were actually having a physical fight before the pass. It must have been the striker just a little bit forward.
And that's going to mean that Joshik is going to have another chance here to put on the aggression. He's been so consistent with his pass success rate.
Yeah, Galconish was not happy about the call.
Understandably so, too. Luckily able to maintain control of the ball is Galconish, and once again moving across the pitch very quickly this time. Some nice passes.
Yeah, to top. The counter has to work. Already killing the speed on his own. Wants to call the forward line.
Oh,
I think that was
kicked by the defense, I think.
Yeah, I think either it was kicked by the defense or it actually hit the defense's leg.
That's going to be a corner kick coming in.
A volley.
And Joshik once again just immediately taking control back. It feels like anytime Galconish gets close to Joshik's box, you know, the attempts are thwarted. He's really only had 2 shots on the goal in the first half, none in the second half. And those shots both went wide because they were taken from such a distance.
Yeah, not bad of a try, I have to say, because you still have some time and you still have to chase your opponent. There's a big...
Oh, the header! Once again, intercepted there by the goalkeeper. So, Galconish, you know, his credit him on defense. Withstanding the pressure here from Joshik time and time again. Another shot does get deflected. Goalkeeper worked his weight in gold right in this moment.
And Pele takes another right. This goalkeeper's doing a lot of work. Maybe time to raise the salary on this guy.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Certainly one of the best keeper for any team, any pro player. Love to have him as a goalkeeper. Certainly having one of the taller keepers too.
About 15 minutes left here in this second half.
Calling for a tactical timeout here to change the strategy, the positioning a little bit. Want to go full forward basically. If you are Galconish, Joshik might be adjusting the defensive line slightly.
Let's stick with the 4-2-3-1 for now. Corner kick coming in. Joshik's going to try and put some pressure on once again. Straight to Pele.
See the set piece. Ronaldinho.
Oh, whiffed on that kick, and the attacker was not able to slide back into that ball. Now it's going to be Galconish on the attack, and one of his first big breakaways this whole match. But defense once again
just in the way,
stealing the ball.
Yeah, Pele went a little too fast for his control.
And it just feels like every single time Galconish is getting close to scoring, Joshik is there to shut him down before he gets a chance on the keeper. You just feel the defensive momentum here translating into success for Joshik, as rarely is he under threat on his side of the pitch.
He still keeps the ball in. And Galconish slightly too late already for the counter, so he has to build up from the side. If you keep on losing possession like this, you might have no time.
It just keeps happening, man.
Some good tackle from Joshik.
88 minutes on the clock. Galconish really needs to make something happen soon.
Oh, even with Cha actually losing the ball immediately.
I mean, Joshik is just stealing the ball every chance he gets. It doesn't even have to come from a pass.
Yeah,
just the footwork is so good.
The drive really had to come down from Cha, and it was Evio on the other side, I think.
Yeah, it's only +2 right now. The ball's going to go to the keeper. A long shot down the pitch, but time is out.
And that is it for now. Joshik having a 1-0 first set win against Galconish. One One of the stronger opponents in this group, Central Asia.
Yeah, but I gotta say, Joshik just looked really good here in that first match. Clearly warmed up and ready to go here to open things out here in set number 1 of this match. Is, you know, the score is only 1-0, but the ball possession really just tells the story. Joshik was in control the majority of both halves. Felt like he was very rarely under threat. And instead it was him mounting the attack time and time again. Whether it be getting possession with some fancy footwork or just intercepting the passes coming out from his opponent. Joshik was just able to make it happen relentlessly.
Yeah, so Joshik, I think, overall had a better game plan in set 1. It's because you can read a lot from the formation. It's going to be the 2 counter coming from the other side that you just have to nearly focus, and you can't just have a sweep against the other 2 striker. So having that central defense, a solid work from Joshik to read his opponent and what he wants to do. Galconish did not really have, he had several chances of the counterplay, but oftentimes near the box line it was cut off by the defenders. No real big shots, like in the shot that actually was on target, see, only 1 out of 3. And he actually had above 3, I think up to 4 or 5 counterattack chances available within that 90 minutes.
Yeah, and those shots were not even really on target. I mean, they were ambitious shots, at least the first 2 of them there in that first half, and possession really telling the story. 57% to 43%. I think one of the largest discrepancies, if not the largest discrepancy we've seen so far here the road to Asia.
Yeah, so far the biggest difference was actually about 7 or 8% between the 2 players. This is actually off by 14. This means a lot. In A-shot stride, I'm surprised that Joshik only got one actually scored out of that many tries. It's also because there were a lot of bounces off the goalkeeper to the forward again, goalkeeper to the striker.
Yeah, the goalkeeping was fantastic there from Galconish. I mean, the fact that he was able to withstand 8 shots and only allow 1 to score really gave him some chances, but at the end of the day, the offense just wasn't there. In set number 1, he's gonna have to come back with a bit more of an aggressive approach in set number 2. You know, he can't let that ball get intercepted so close to the box. He can't let it get stolen. He's got to find a better setup to be able to convert some of those chances into goals.
Yeah, so talking about better setup, I think Galconish really needs to change up, not the formation, maybe just the full pressure playstyle. Maybe just disregarding the defense a little bit and changing his aggressiveness into 120% instead of just 95 or 100%. Because Joshik is actually playing a very different playstyle, you need to outpower your opponent by having a lot more aggression. And I think that is the only way if you're going to keep this 2-top forward, 2-top striker against the 4-2-3-1 from Joshik, which is one of the most standard, most balanced formation that we have in the game.
And Galconish does not seem too shaken up by this, though. He's smiling, shaking his head a little bit. He knows it wasn't his best match. Wasn't the best set to start off this match for sure. We'll see if Galconish can rebound here in set number 2, or if our player, Joshik, is going to be able to emerge victorious with a 2-0 here in round number 1.
And off we go. Road to Asia Games 2022, FIFA Online 4. Day 2 Central Asia. We have Joshik from Kazakhstan keeping that same 4-2-3-1. Worked perfectly. Ronaldinho, not really see that much. Actually, was using the right wing to have Pele or Ronaldo to go up front and take that immediate shot. And in terms of defense, no sweeper here because 4 back and 2. But notice how the midfield actually way back, knowing that the counterattack is always a threat. And Joshik has a pretty good game plan, as we can see from the formation. But on the other side, here's Galconish from Turkmenistan. And Maldini Hernandez all the way in the back. 4-1-2-3. Still keeping it up.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to make some more aggression happen.
Look how forward Hulit actually is. That's basically all the way to the forward line from the center midfield. And even with that type of a formation, he only was able to shot 2.
Yeah, it was only two or three shots.
Yeah,
I think
2
two on
shots.
target.
I think it was 2 shots and 1 on target.
Oh, 1 on target, my goodness.
Even less.
Galconish just really struggling to make anything happen there. And
So it is the same formation, which means that there has to be some different type of game plan. Either slightly go more towards the wing and bring up your entire forward line all the way to the striker zone. So make sure you have the double headers. So you have a lot more opportunity there.
I feel like as long as he's able to retain possession, that was really his Achilles heel there in set number 1 was he would oftentimes get close to the box or even in the box, and then possession would just be completely surrendered. And that can't happen if you want to convert more goals. Galconish didn't get many tries because of that. And here we go. Set number 2 kicking off. Joshik from Kazakhstan leading 1-0 here. And starting the game with ball possession.
Yeah, starting left in black. And Galconish here on the right side in white stripes. And the few differences that we saw from Joshik also had some crosses, not too low, actually pretty fast, near. Even though his teammate was actually nearby, had the crossover to the box line, which was none seen from Galconish, only having the through pass.
And we'll see what Joshik is able to make happen here. Actually not very confident in that setup there. He's going to be able to rotate the ball all the way back through the center. And now maybe some chances. Going for a kick. It was bodied by the defender.
Could not kick it over because it was going to be offside at the same moment. I think he had to change the controls. Sometimes hard to notice the line of Mbappe. No one else.
Yeah, nobody here. Multiple defenders on the ball, so Joshik once again going to take possession, and that was the story in set number 1.
Yeah, even with the double top, sometimes once you are bringing one back, yeah, that's a foul. That was quite a fight there.
A little bit of a collision.
No cards coming out, but there might be a card if that happens again from the same player.
Got to keep that in mind here as Galconish, as Joshik once again surveying the land here, getting an idea of how he wants to approach this.
Yeah, from the setup might be just thinking about rotating back and going towards the right wing. Yeah, from the side of Joshik. Changing the set piece.
Yeah, just a long think here. Getting ready for the kick. Going quite deep.
All the way.
Header into Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldinho had a really good pass to his teammate, but the shot a little too weak.
It was, and now Galconish once again on the attack. We'll see if he's able to maintain possession. Joshik has done such a good job of really intercepting these passes and even stealing the ball. And that
hits the post!
So close.
Henry with the shot, I believe, and that does not go in. Galconish almost made it.
Yeah, that was an impressive shot. It was so close to scoring from such a large distance.
Yeah, such a good ZD shot there. And here's Ronaldo. The counter-attack is finally here, but stopped by the defender.
But I like seeing that attack coming out from Galconish so early on. Had a really good chance just right off the right post.
Yeah, Mbappe has to be careful. And Henry.
If Galconish can take a couple more chances like that, it could be a winning formula for him here in set number 2.
Oh, pretty good connection. But with the body turn like that, you can't really have your full strength again. But you can see that Galconish is willing to take some more shots, feeling slightly more confident in set number 2.
Yeah, a little bit of riskier shots too, more ambitious, but that's not to say that they aren't working. You know, the first shot that he took right there off the post was, just centimeters away from scoring his first goal of the match.
And here's Joshik putting pressure onto the line as you build up near the box line. Ronaldinho
to Hernandez.
Oh, actually goes out of bounds. A slight miscontrol there. I don't think he wanted to have that much pressure on switching direction.
Oh, Ronaldo actually able to take that.
Pele right next to him. Buying some more time. Ronaldinho actually connects that shot, and because of that connection, I think that was offside. Not intended, 100%.
No.
But it does happen.
You can see the frustration a little bit there.
Another steal from Ronaldo.
Wow. I mean, the steals just keep coming in from Joshik. It doesn't matter if he's on defense or on offense. He just makes them happen.
Here's the counterattack, though. To top. And Henry.
Thought he had a chance there, but just too many defenders, too much pressure.
Omni did have the first touch, but immediately after, there was a defender on the left and the right. Not too far away, so had no extra space.
42 minutes on the clock right now here in the first half. Joshik trying to set up. Ball ratio right now 61% in favor of Joshik as he's once again mounting the attack. Finally, defenders able to take control.
Yeah, Joshik focusing a lot on Pele, but nothing really working out. Mbappe tosses it front, but he can't outrun Maldini.
And now it's once again Joshik with ball possession. I mean, just time and time again, he's able to regain control of the ball. Even in passes like this one, that's going to be the first half.
Here we have the highlight from the first half, but honestly, I think Galconish might be feeling some nerves on stage because he's making some uncharacteristic mistakes, like passing to the forward line when there's no teammate.
Yeah, I don't
There's
know
no
if
further
it's...
teammate, and as a two-striker, you have to know who to pass it to. But the direction is oftentimes very well blocked by the defensive line that Joshik has created. It's actually far back, so the counterattack doesn't happen as much. So Galconish, even with two top, can't really pass it towards between the two strikers, which you can very often, or having a through pass that creates a 1v1 chance with the goalkeeper, which never happened, including set one. So there has to be some type of a change, and I like this call. There has to be a change right now, or else Galconish, I don't think the counter attack with the two striker is going to work. Either just bring them together, or have some more wing from the forward line, and just spread it out.
It looks like a change is going to be made here by Galconish.
Yeah, having Cha all the way up front, going to be connecting the bridge. Ball into Ronaldo or Mbappe up front. Let's see if that change can actually turn things around for Galconish.
And second half getting ready to begin now. Cha being subbed in, Henry going out.
Yeah, Cha Bob Gun. One of the best icon right now in game for sure. I would totally put him in SS tier.
And Galconish once again in the white stripes, starting with ball possession. We'll see if he's able to make something happen here. So he really hasn't been able to connect with too many passes to get into good striking distance. So far off to a good start here in the second half. Loving the setup, but once again, defense stealing it. You just can't let these interceptions just happen time and time again. In the first half, it was about a 61% ball possession in the favor of Joshik, and once again, he's mounting the attack with Pele charging.
That was close, real close. Yeah, quick kick in the corner, goes up.
Header not able to connect there for Joshik. Instead, it's Galconish.
Counter chance. This is what Galconish wanted to have.
But it's straight to the defender once again. Joshik once again regaining ball control.
Having some roaming pass, but it's not really connecting as, no direct setup from the key, allowing that pass to actually connect.
All right, once again, coming through with an attack is Joshik. Pele with the ball, looking to pass.
The forward line was a little too much at that moment, so can't have the roaming.
Just trying to find an opening, taking his time. No rush here.
Yeah, just making sure the forward line is back into Pele!
Wow.
Makes another!
What an incredible sequence of passes. Had the short kick into the goal there by Pele, and that's going to be Joshik once again going up 1-0. This time in the second half of set number 2. And the setup was just perfect there. You can see him biding his time, waiting patiently for a window of opportunity, and he could see through the matrix. Just threading the needle through multiple defenders there.
Icon Pele, you can't criticize. There's nothing bad about it. The only thing would be the team chemistry, but in this tournament, there's nothing about team chemistry. It's all about the stats, all about the player, how good the player is, and how much salary they're taking. And even one more directly right after. That didn't even take a few minutes. But 2-0 now.
Just a couple minutes on the clock, and you just see the passes coming through as we get this replay. Zigzagging through the defenders. None of them got a touch on the ball.
Immediate shot from the side. That drive through into the corner box side was not was not prepared at all.
And that's got to be devastating here for Galconish. He was looking better in the second half up until these moments.
Ronaldo steals the ball.
Ronaldo
Okay.
with
This
a
has to be
steal.
Joshik. Once again, goes a little too high.
Joshik shaking his head. He wanted another one.
That was 60 and 64. Wanted to have another in 67.
Just by a hair. You can see the pressure that Joshik is able to come through. I mean, he's so good at stealing the ball and intercepting these passes.
Galconish is breaking apart.
And the momentum is firmly in Joshik's side of the pitch right now.
Good job, Mbappe. Loses the ball possession, goes a little too far.
I gotta say,
with the first touch, does not even run towards the ball after that touch. Here's Ronaldo again. Pele off to the side.
A lot of speed, goes for an ambitious kick, a little bit too high there.
Yeah, Pele was a little too slow on that chase, so had to go for the kick.
But I gotta say, here in set number 2, we were talking about how, massively in favor the ball possession was for Joshik in set number 1, but you see it again on your screen in set number 2. He's done such a fantastic job of controlling the ball with 61% possession time in the first half, and I feel like here in the second half, he's been even more dominating.
Yeah, I think it was 57 in the first set, but the attack continues. We're still not done. We might be looking at a higher score as Joshik continues to set up, waiting for the striker line.
Yeah, about 10 minutes left before extra time. Pass goes on to Ronaldo. Defense actually able to steal the ball. That's a rare misstep there from Joshik. He's been so good at just threading the needle over the course of this game.
Yeah, wanted to have a better positioning against the defender. Sometimes you do want to wait for it, as the pressure from Galconish's defense line is actually not that far off towards the line where the midfields are actually going to be pressuring from. So Joshik, in knowing that, having a lot of ball control right outside of the box line. Most of the defensive pressure from Galconish is coming inside the box. So knowing that, he's buying a lot of time, making sure his forward strikers are in great position before he actually passes. This is some great FIFA Online play.
I mean, Joshik just running a clinic right now on how to really weave through defenders and go after successful attack after successful attack.
Yeah, just understanding how the player moves when they have the chance.
His reads have just been fantastic.
Oh, that pass was a kill pass. It was Eusebio. Can drive into the box, and Cha will be a little far away that direction.
Yeah, now a counterattack potential here for Joshik as he once again has the ball, passing to Pele forward. Quite wide open. He's going to run away with this one, but defender will be able to intercept right in the box.
I think again with a pretty good physical fight.
Very few minutes left here in this one, and I got to say, G-Clef, this is shaping up to be one of the fastest matches that we've had so far here on the Road to Asia Games. We might soon be getting a glimpse of how Ukashami and Daniel 17 are doing in the other match.
Okay, hold on, as we're still not done, taking a long shot. And Joshik, 2-0, might be looking for some higher number here, as we did talk about the goal differential.
Yeah, but really victory is going to be...
Oh, another steal away. Oh, that was close. That could have been 1v1 goalkeeper chance.
Galconish is really struggling to maintain control of the ball right now. And Joshik once again with this steal, trying to add insult to injury. 3 minutes left on the clock, just passing back, playing for time. That will give Galconish a bit of an aggressive chance, but not enough time. And that's going to be a very quick 2-0 here coming out. Galconish, we know that he's a great player hailing from Turkmenistan, but just wasn't able to show up with the best possible performance here, as possession was really the name of the game there for Joshik. And I gotta say, the way he was able to weave those passes through defenders so close to the box, time and time again, able to come through with 2-0.
Joshik certainly showing the power of being a pro. Of course, not FIFA Online 4, but still FIFA Pro Series for years before, since 21. Yeah, that pro line is certainly high, and knew exactly what to go against. First set, got to test his opponent's playstyle a lot, saying, okay, if you can't break through my defenses, I can actually go take some more risk and go for more shots, and he landed even more shots in the second set compared to our first game that we have between the two players. What a player, showing a very solid defense first, understanding the opponent in just the game, and just changing up the box and saying, okay, I can score a lot more, and a perfect game so on. 1-0, 2-0, setting him up with a +3 after a round 1.
Yeah, that was just a great start there for Joshik. I mean, he really handled everything perfectly. It wasn't just all about the offense or all about the defense. It was really about possession. Both on offense and defense, he was able to maintain it.
Honestly, Joshik was on another level, using his forward and strikers to basically steal all those passes. It's actually in-game play that proves that this player is on another level to his opponents.
And that's going to be Joshik coming through with a 2-0 match win here, winning both sets of the best of 3. 3-0 as his defense was just so good at intercepting passes, especially those through passes that were attempted by his opposition. And that's going to carry him into, considering it's a 4-player group, what is effectively going to be the winner's match later on in round number 2. And just look at the possession percentage here in the match overall, 60-40.
Yeah, that does happen. I think Galconish really had an awful set too, especially missing a lot of the passes and also missing a lot of his striker forward. Maybe the tactics, strategy with the player, this individual tactic setup was actually not perfect with his playstyle with the formation. But if that is fixed for the next match, because all these players will be playing in round 2 again,
right?
I think there can be a lot of adjustments made within that time, within about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll see if he can actually bounce back after the final round.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we all know the Galconish is better than the performance he put on here in this opening match. Just Joshik really coming through the momentum to start things off today. Galconish perhaps needing a little bit more time to warm up, and hopefully he'll be able to rebound here in the second match of the day when we go to round number 2. So we get a recap of some of the highlight plays. I mean, Joshik just on another level.
Yeah, I think this is the very first set, first goal.
Yeah, that was the deciding one too. 1-0 score.
Early goal, and that was the decider. Because the keeper actually blocked so many shots, I actually think it could have been up to 3-0. Having a 1-0 after that many shots attempted, I think Galconish actually got very lucky with the keeper shots there.
I think it was 8 attempts, if I'm not mistaken, there in that set number 1.
Yeah, lots of attempts, lots of shots, like on-target shots. That was close. That was real close, actually, hitting that post. But after that, there's always a curse. If you're the first team to hit the post, you end up losing. That's one of the biggest curses that we have in football.
It happens. Certainly was true here with Joshik picking up the 2-0 score over his opponent, and really a great start to the day for him here in the Central Asia group.
Yeah, that's going to be now 2-0 +3, one of the best starts that you can have. Again, of course, it goes for the set win. Of course, does matter because it ends up being the goal differential anyhow. At the end of the day, the final standing, it's about the match win, how many matches you win, and then the next, when we have a tie of a match win, then it goes to goal differential. So you can kind of say it doesn't matter if you win with a 2-0 score, 2-1 score.
Yeah, not today. Not today.
Yeah, but it does matter because we're actually taking the goal differential. If you lose one game, that means that you at least have a -1 on the goal differential. So it all ends up mattering because we do have the tiebreaker system, and it's pretty complicated. Not really complicated, but we have up to, I think, 5 or 6 steps on the tiebreak. So
yeah, you got to go down.
At the end, we actually have like something like a coin flip, but it will not get to that part.
Very unlikely.
Very unlikely.
But,
unless they played exactly the same with the exactly same amount of score with the same player and everything.
Yeah, but the way it's going to go today, given it's a 4-person group, is that we're going to have the random draw that we're going through. And then today, we're going to have basically the winner's match and the loser's match in round number 2 is how it's going to go. So eventually, someone's going to emerge today without a win. Someone's going to emerge with only wins. And that'll basically dictate the standings. But as you said, other groups later on in the tournament, they're going to be having a lot more players that are competing in them. This is the smallest group with only 4 players here coming out of Central Asia. And as a result, it really does feel like it's more about those match wins overall But generally speaking, I mean, the goal differential, it matters a ton. It absolutely did in day number 1.
So by the end of 2 rounds, if all players have 1 win and 1 loss, it'll be all 1-1s at the final standing. That could totally happen in terms of match win and match losses. But we do have another match going on, and I believe the score is 1-1 on the other side. And this is going to be the match between Danielle 17 versus Ukashami. An interesting match that we actually are going to be taking a look at because we had such a quick first match between the 2 players.
Yeah, the first match was maybe like, what, 30 minutes? It was a quick one.
Yeah, did not even have the extra time.
No, not needed. I mean, Joshik was just in control from beginning to end there. Let's open it up, and now we're going to be going to Daniel 17 versus Ukashami. This match already in progress. Let's see where these players are at.
And I believe this is actually extra time of set 2. So Ukashami actually leading 1-0 in set score. So if he's able to beat in overtime right now, that'll be a 2-0 set score. So Danielle 17 needs to come back.
Yeah, very close match being played right now.
Yeah, 2-2. Oh, lots of scores.
Daniel in the black stripes trying to put on some aggression. It was an ambitious shot, wasn't able to connect.
The fiery shot there with some control. Wasn't too bad, I think, but it is overtime. It is extra time, so you do have to take riskier shots even if you're outside the box. Oh, Hulit with the run.
And we'll see if he's able to make something happen here. It does have a bit of a breakaway, but the defender is able to catch up to him. Ukashami here in the yellow jerseys. Try and make something happen here on defense.
Hulit is certainly very strong physically, but alone cannot be. Yeah, I think it's out of bounds. Out of bounds from the defender side. So, oh no, actually, it's a foul there.
I believe it was a foul.
So changing sets.
And Daniel 17 just kind of waiting.
Oh, we'll see.
Oh, trying to get a header in, but too many defenders. A 2v1, and that's going to be Ukashami.
Yeah,
maintain control, and
2-2 tied, overtime, which means it is time for the penalty shootout.
And going straight into the penalty shootout.
Oh, both are just saying ready. Okay, I'll just go with the lineup.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, well, it could all come down to this right now. Ukashami leading 1-0.
Piero. Easy first shot attempted and successful. 1-0 leading. And that's a successful defense by the keeper. What a defense.
The kick coming in right down the center, but keeper is able to catch that one.
Well caught. If this one goes in, we'll tie 1-1. Another block!
These blocks
Two
are
in a
so
row.
clutch.
Could not reflect in time. So it'll be 2-0 for now.
And then another goal scored. A lot of action here in this kick out. That one easily reaching the net.
The 3-1. If this does not go in, that is it. Ukashami, some power. So straight shot. And the keeper cannot block it, so we will continue. There's Mbappe.
And that's going to be a conversion.
And that is it. Oh, what a penalty shootout that we just had. That was close, but a lot of blocks actually happening.
A ton of them, in fact.
And the first, I was surprised. The first two getting blocked doesn't usually happen. But imagine the stress. Imagine the pressure you have after getting blocked twice in a row. When your opponent actually had at least one out of the two. Yeah, that's got to be some itchy feeling that you have after that penalty shootout.
But able to come through in the clutch. And our match will continue on now. Intense battle. Really haven't gotten to see too much of how these players have fared against each other, considering we caught the end of this match, the tail end of it, so short, but coming here into the final deciding set. We should get a very good idea where they are at.
So I do want to see their formation and the play style a lot. We only got a glimpse of the overtime, so we did not even know exactly what the starting roster was.
Right.
We did not even get to see the substitutions. That might have happened, might not have happened as much. So it does feel like we do have the 4-2-3-1, which is the common and what they prefer to play in game. Both Ukashami and also Danielle 17.
And Joshik as well, favoring that in that first match.
Yeah,
really, Galconish the only one that's been kind of going off script, so to speak, is we're going to continue on. Round number 1, set number 3 between our players from Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan. Dan and Ukashami going head-to-head here. This one will decide it.
And here we go, the third set. Danielle 17, 4-3-2-1. Ronaldo up front. Eusebio, Ronaldinho again, and Pele off to the left. Left forward this time.
Not playing him in the center. We have seen some dangerous combinations of Pele coming in from the wing to Ronaldo in the center. On day number 1, we'll see if that happens here in day number 2.
It depends. Ronaldinho will be in charge of the drives. So I think off to the side, Pele is certainly all these Nikon players can always work. And similar type of formation, but slightly more wide towards the wing, as you can see. And Hulit actually off front, right behind Ronaldo, trying to be the big body man, connecting those shots into the striker zone. And you can see the distance a little bit more further away from the midfield into the forward line. So trying to have some divide. So if those will be the longer passes that will be happening for Ukashami. So those accuracy has to connect. Might be seeing some more roaming passes or crosses into that forward striker zone.
All right, players are taken to the pitch, getting ready for kickoff now. Set number 3, Dan 17 versus Ukashami. The winner will move on to face Joshik. The loser will fall to play Galconish in round number 2.
And there's a kickoff.
Daniel 17 on the left, Ukashami on the right. Daniel in the black stripes, Ukashami in the yellows. Let's get to it.
Yeah, you could not save the ball there, but all good. Still very early. Yes, Ukashami still carrying the... So this will be, from both sides, a lot more towards the build-up. We won't really see that many counterattacks. If it's, there can be attempts, but it's going to be more about the build-up from the midfielders. And that's exactly why you see Ukashami carrying the ball a lot here.
Yeah, just trying to find an avenue to pass forward to his teammates.
And so you can call up the line a little further into the defensive, into box line. Oh, actually a shot attempted early on. We thought the defensive line was too stacked from Danielle 17.
Yeah, so just decided to...
No, Maldini with a good steal.
Opt to go for that shot instead, and now back with Ukashami taking possession here on his side of the pitch.
Yeah, Pele's such a good, such a key player.
Look at this G-Clef. We're all going to try and set up. 2-on-1 action, though. A lot of pressure here on Ronaldo.
But Ronaldo off to the side, so you do want to think about his positioning now as the other strikers forwards are in position.
We're going to Pele.
Here's Hulit.
Passing through the defenders. Some nice footwork there. Offense still able to keep control of the ball. Pele going for a pass. Actually kicks off, I think.
Yeah, I think
maybe one of the defenders.
Yeah, bounced off the defenders into the keeper. Which can always be dangerous when there's that much power in the ball.
Yeah, it can take some really off ricochets. Hard for the goalkeeper to take control of that one, but this one not too dangerous. Still 0-0 here, passing 20 minutes. And Ukashami once again on the attack.
Still keeping the ball. Get towards the mid-center.
It was an ambitious pass. Defender is able to intercept. That ball will be kicked out of bounds.
Really well read by Danielle 17 there. As that was a pretty good timing to have that kill pass into the box line, and because you have once you start the run with the Q3 in that position, you will be left alone with 1-1 and just breaking through the line of defense.
It's a long pass here to Ronaldo from a player from Kyrgyzstan, and a lot of defenders. Means that the ball is going to go back into Ukashami's court. Pele now here on the wing, looking for a pass.
Yeah, Pele on LAM position. Was actually all the way up towards the forward line. So bringing up from,
just
all the way from the back line.
Looking for a nice build-up here as Ukashami trying to find an opening. Oh, it seems like he has one. Oh, so close to coming in with a shot.
Oh, hold on. Guys, we'll take a look at what exactly happened. Oh, that was a push.
Yeah, that was a push. I was wondering why there was no attempt made.
He caught it on camera.
The goal.
That push certainly will lead into penalty. Let's see if this one goes in.
Big chance here for Ukashami. And it's good.
First goal of set number 3. Let's see if this continues. This is the only goal, or we'll have more goals happening. Still, we are in the first half.
Ukashami will be very happy with that result right there. I mean, you can see the setup was brilliant. Seemed he definitely had a chance to go for the kick on the goal. Pushed down by a defender, and then the penalty kick is good.
Daniel 17 still thinking, okay, that's acceptable. Does happen. Does happen, the fights inside the box. So here's the attempt from Daniel this time. And a goal!
Wow! What a shot.
Pretty awesome ZD from Daniel. 17 said, okay, that just happened. I can make my own goal with my own hands.
That didn't even require too much of a setup there, just pure skill. With that long distance shot right into the goal. As Daniel immediately fights back to tie this one up 1-1.
Yeah, pretty quick, the wraparound shot. And just 4 minutes after the PK.
Only a couple of minutes left here in this first half.
Man, now I'm wondering what happened in the remaining of set 2 and set 1.
Yeah, this is a fiery one. These two seem very closely matched.
Off to the wing. Nice pass.
Getting a little bit of deja vu from the previous setup.
Good field of vision. Ronaldo takes a shot immediately, and that's a goal from Ukashami. Goals happening back to back to back state.
Some fireworks right now.
And that's right before we finish the first half, I believe.
Yeah, I think the clock finally struck 45 minutes right after this goal. Only a couple of minutes of extra time. But the fireworks certainly starting here. It's set number 3.
Yeah, great connection then. Instant goal at 44.
Plus 2 minutes right now. Daniel, if he wants to go for a play, it's going to have to be a really quick one.
Yep, ball stolen away. Might see a whistle, and that's for end the first half. And Ukashami does take the control of the game back to himself after that PK. Loses one immediately, but fires one back. Oh, these flares.
Felt like a span of just 5 minutes. We had 3 separate goals scored. The first one for the penalty kick, and then Dan fighting back immediately with a brutal assault. And Ukashami right before the 45-minute mark, able to convert another goal. Now 2-1 favoring Ukashami. Looking to round out set number 3 with a win.
Now Ukashami trying to attempt from the wing. Again, cross potential.
A nice setup here. Defender is able to intercept, though, and immediately kicks the ball right back to the center. So Daniel now on the counterattack, but there are a ton of defenders.
Oh, Eusebio could have ran a little further. I think the pass was slightly weak there. But still keeping in possession.
Possession very good here for Daniel. Just going to slowly build up on this one. Threads the needle right there between a couple of defenders.
Yeah, it might have been offsides from the other. Yeah, from the other side.
Yeah, so Ukashami getting back ball control.
Now Ukashami, let's see. Still leading.
Wow, what a pass here to Ronaldo. Defender's able to trip him up just a bit. That could have been dangerous. But still the pressure's on.
Yeah, hold it there. Quick left. Does not have that much power on that shot.
Ronaldinho now, passing to Hakimi here on the top side. Long pass in, looking for a setup. Ronaldo trying to get open, went for the header, but the goalkeeper was able to intercept, running interference on that pass.
Yeah, that was a quick cross. I love that angle and the speed that Daniel 17 had. So the goalkeeper able to punch that out.
Some nice short passes here from Ukashami.
Yeah, that's the type of speed you can see from really top-notch players.
Yeah, lightning quick. Saw a little bit of this from Joshik in the very first match. Now seeing it here from Ukashami, trying to mount an attack.
Yeah, Ukashami really playing the build-up possession game. Yeah, waiting for his front line to actually break through.
Time is on his side right now, up 2-1. Can he make it 3-1? No! Goalkeeper able to intercept. We're going to have a little bit of a roster change here. With about 20 minutes left in the second half.
Think about Neymar, Mbappe on the right side. They're going all the way front, very aggressive, as you can see. Yeah, 3-3-1-3. Yeah, it's now or never. If you lose this game, you basically lose the match. So I think it's totally worth it, especially if you are Daniel 17.
Yeah, I mean, it's set number 3 here. It's the deciding one. You want to be going into what is essentially the winner's match in round number 2 to try and walk away with a chance at that first place seed coming out of the Central Asian group here at the road to Asia, Hangzhou. But once again, Ukashami with ball control. He's leading 2-1 here in this set. He's trying to add that lead a little bit. But at the very least, he is buying some time.
Yeah, drives the ball out. So Daniel immediately throwing the ball back into play. No counter attempts, but
oh, what a steal. Love these passes coming out from Ukashami again. Pele with his speed going to try and find a kick.
Oh, Ronaldo just a little ahead of time.
Oh, Ukashami immediately gets back control of the ball.
Yeah, as we did say that the lineup for Daniel is a little bit further up in front, and that's exactly where Ukashami is going for. Because these passes has to be long, so if I pull back my midfield, I can steal a lot of those through passes on the ground.
Full pressure coming out from Daniel.
Good save with the tackle.
Ukashami running down the clock a little bit and also setting up for a chance. So a lot of attackers here coming close to the box.
Yeah, buying a lot of time. So after the attempt taken from Ukashami, he wants to finish the game with his own attack.
With 88 minutes on the clock, it looks like that's going to be the way this one might go.
Now you do have to have full pressure from Daniel 17. You have to steal the ball.
He hasn't been able to, though. It feels like there just aren't enough defenders.
That's 90 now.
There's so many opportunities
Plus
here
2
for Ukashami to pass. And at this point, you think the clock is just going to run out. And Ukashami is going to be heading on as the winner in round number 1.
And that is going to be it. Ukashami will be the winner of on the other side in round number 1 here. As we already had Joshik moving up as the winner for round number 2. We'll be facing against Ukashami in that final round of Central Asia.
Yeah, that should be a really good one. Both Ukashami and Joshik looked really good here in their opening matches. Joshik maybe a little bit more dominating over Galconish, but Ukashami, especially there in set number 3, just looked so solid. Of course, defeating his opponent 2-1 there, coming through in the clutch when it mattered most. It's going to bode well for him moving on to the second round.
Yeah, I'm excited that we'll get to see these two players going against each other in the winners. And that's going to be one of the best for sure, because their playstyle seems to be slightly the same, as they have their own attacking style, but in terms of defense, they are specified. They actually changed the tactics, specifying their defensive tactics according to their opponent, oftentimes I could see that from the defensive line and the marksmen that they actually had from the strikers. So when they go against each other, the defense is going to be immense. If they can actually break through that and make any goals, so I don't think there will be that many goals actually happening when they go against each other. Oh, we might have some changes, but within the first day and the second day, did not really have that many players actually changing that much of a formation. In the later game, in the later rounds, they usually stuck to the same formation at least, and some minor changes in the strategy, but that was about it.
I doubt we're going to see too much of a shakeup there in the strategy. I expect they're just going to bring their A game coming into that final match. And guys, we're going to go to a short break. When we get back, round 2 here in the Central Asia group.
welcome to Road to Asian Games. We have FIFA Online 4 here, day number 2, Central Asia. Just had round number 1, and we are straight going into our final round of the day. Winners going against each other, and the losers will be going against each other. So, which means by the end of today, we will actually have a clear winner with the 2-0 win.
Yeah, someone's going to be undefeated. The two winners facing off against each other. It'll be Ukashami and Joshik. Coming out of the Central Asian group, and one of them is going to emerge undefeated here today in matches.
Yeah, I believe both are using 4-2-3-1, so both basically the same formation, and we'll have to look into the details of where they are exactly positioned. I think they do have somewhat of a defensive, similar build-up playstyle, but we'll see how that works. The first round, we've had a 2-0 from Joshik and Galconish there, and then Danielle 17 versus Ukashami 1-2 that we just got to see us. Overtime in set number 2 and set number 3.
Yeah, Ukashami able to emerge victorious there in set number 3. Uzbekistani player really showing up in the clutch where it mattered most. And I feel like him and Joshik kind of have similar play styles in that they are just so good at retaining ball possession. Joshik against Galconish especially in that opening match just was in complete control. I think it might have been something like a 60-40 split in terms of possession, which is unheard of
in
over the course of that, and then over the course of the match, yeah. And we'll see. It should be a really good match, Ukashami versus Joshik. I don't really know who I would give the edge to. I think based on the matches in round number 1, I think Joshik maybe slightly favored here, but Daniel 17 did look like a formidable opponent, so you cannot count Ukashami out.
Yeah, that is the thing, because we have different opponents, and we don't exactly know until they face against each other. We do have the final round, which means that we will have the 2 players coming up on the special stage up in the middle.
It's a beautiful arena we got for you here, coming live from Seoul, Korea. Ukashami on the left, Joshik on the right, representing their native countries of Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. Flags right behind them.
Let's see who comes on top, as this is another best of 3 that will decide who is going to be the first seed, coming out from the Central Asia Group 2 of day number 2. Very exciting match, as we'll talk more in details once we go in. And more about the stats from the first round that we just had. Of course, maybe slightly more in number for Ukashami, because he did get to play one more game, one more set, compared to Joshik. Joshik just had 1-0, 2-0, so having that +3 goal differential and just 2 games win.
Yeah, only 3 goals scored there for Joshik over the course of those 2 sets, but his defense was nigh impenetrable. So good at just stealing the ball away, intercepting through passes. Did a fantastic job. It was a critical part of why he was able to maintain ball possession at such a large margin over his opponent. We'll see if he's going to stick to the same game plan here against Ukashami and maintain the same ball control there on defense, as it gave him the momentum that he needed to really succeed over the course of that entire match.
Yeah, 4-3-1 for both players. And even the positioning, I can't really say too much of a difference. Actually, about the same.
And near identical in terms of positioning. Slightly different rosters, but
yeah, in terms of the back line and having some difference in Pele Hulit positioning, Ronaldo on top striker, the midfield attacking midfields all the way into the front and the side, and about the same, I think, in terms of what they actually want to achieve here.
Yeah, we did notice that they had relatively similar play styles there in their first matches against other opponents in round number 1, and it'll be very interesting to see how exactly they match up against each other, because I don't think if you're Ukashami, you're going to be able to accomplish the same level of attacks that you did in your previous match. Joshik looked so solid on defense, has not had a single goal scored on him yet here in the Central Asia group, as round 2, set number 1, the winner's match here, getting ready to kick off. One of these players at the end of this match will be the victor for today. Will it be Ukashami from Uzbekistan or Joshik from Kazakhstan? Let's find out.
And here we go, Road to Asian Games 2022, Central Asia. This is the final round between the two players, the winners from round 1. Ukashami keeping that 4-3-1. Whole lot of icons. Up in the front, actually, Pele off to the left, as you can see. And all the back lines, not all the way back, actually keeping up near the midfield. And keeping that possession, and I think a lot, so really removing the counterattack potential from the opponent.
And Joshik, relatively similar lineup coming out of him. 4-2-3-1, most likely going to be in the cards here. Yes, this has been a winning combination for both players here today.
About the same, but slightly more forward, I think, from the back. The center back and the center CDMs. Other than that, I can't really, if I really had to pinpoint, that was like the only thing in terms of formation, but I think it'll really depend on the drive from Ronaldinho. That's like one of the biggest differences that I can say between the two formations. So it'll depend a lot on Joshik if he actually wants to have the cross like the first set that we have seen. And Ukashami, will he actually allow that? Because his back line seems to be really forward together with the defensive midfield right next to each other.
Yeah, we'll see how these two lineups shake out against each other as the kickoff is started here. Game is underway. Ukashami on the left side in the yellow. Joshik on the right in the white.
Balls around. So far, focusing on to the right wing.
Ukashami trying to make something happen early here. It's a nice setup coming in.
We did see some characteristics coming out from Ukashami in just the game. Lots of quick, short passes.
He loves those.
Yeah, not just having a through pass. Pretty good attempt, actually.
Ambitious attack there from Ukashami to start things out. 7 minutes, already taking a shot on the goal.
I think the velocity on that ball was almost just a little too low. With some more power, I think it could have connected to a goal, but it's still very early into only 10 minutes. Maldini stealing the ball.
Yeah, nice possession take there by Ukashami. Able to play the possession game. It's been a winning formula so far here today for both these players. And Ukashami really favoring the short passes. Now, Joshik, we've seen in his first match that we broadcasted here today, he loves these short passes as well.
Yeah, really quick pass, quick S's. Ahead of time, actually set up, which means that you have a good field of vision, and also you can connect these dots in the middle with the lines, with the players that you're using.
One thing to keep in mind, though, oh, that's going to be a goal coming in.
Perfect space. He created that on his own. Not really going into the box, but falling back just for a split second will hold it. And going in with a quick right there.
Yeah,
First goal.
Nice little juke to his right and then kicking it in. It's a fantastic goal. Joshik, his defense has been so solid over the course of today, but now finally showing that he can bleed as Ukashami goes up early here in set number 1.
Well set up. Just a fantastic football play.
Nice long drive here by Joshik, trying to get the ball rolling a little bit. Ronaldo now moving through the center, actually in a pass. A lot of defenders in the way, and that was just over the net.
Very close, very close. I think in terms of power, not bad actually. At that distance, I think that's about the power that you do have to take. I think it was slightly more toward, from the angle that you had to control.
That was a good attempt. Joshik not one to shy away from taking those attempts, even if there's a low probability of them landing.
Yeah, even if that did not connect into the goal, I think that was well worth taking the shot, and it was actually pretty well timed too. So here's Ukashami on his own attack now, falling back just a little bit, calling hold it, and calling the entire lineup. The defensive midfields onto the side, Hernandez.
Hernandez hold on to the ball. Joshik would love to steal that from him. And actually, Ronaldo right now.
Oh my God,
this is totally open. Completely open, no defenders in his path.
I think that was supposed to be an offside trap, but right at the pass. Ronaldo was actually inside the defensive line.
And
the trap did not work.
Yeah, that is just textbook right there. And 2 early goals here for our player in the yellow, Ukashami, coming out from Uzbekistan. And Joshik has to gain some momentum back here at the first half of set number 1. 15 minutes left to play.
Still a lot of time for Joshik to come back.
Certainly.
2-0 game, 32 minutes.
He's shown that he has the potential to score goals quickly when he needs to. He's so good with these short passes, just evading the defenders and really weaving his way through them. And now here, a good try coming in. Opting to go for a header, actually. Oh, maintains control.
Still a lot of defenders focused on the center, so you can't directly go through. Either you have to draw them out to the other side of the box line, or you have to take a longer shot. That's going to be the main focus of Ukashami's defense, as you can tell from the formation. And here's Joshik stealing the ball now. Oh, another short attempt taken. Got Ukashami with the steal.
The ball ratio massively favoring Ukashami so far here in this first half. 63-47.
Yeah, with a lot less through passes attempted by Ukashami, it's really hard for Joshik to actually steal the ball like that.
Yeah, that was critical to his success in the first match that he played today. He was so good at stealing the ball, intercepting passes, but Ukashami hasn't shown the same weakness in his passing game. Really, the defender kicking that one out. Means Ukashami will get another try here. Oh, nice ball steal there from Joshik. That's what we saw from him in match number 1.
Although quick in speed, but cannot get there in time. He cannot fire for the ball in the air, and that will be it for the first half. Yeah. Get a little time.
First half going to Ukashami with some really nice goals.
Yeah, quick grab with the left. Transmits to the right and hold it. Second one connects with Ronaldo.
Yeah, you can see Joshik right now just kind of talking to himself, trying to think through what is going wrong and how he can adjust for his game plan. You know, during the break, I made a short quick around the arena. Joshik was pumping himself up, doing some push-ups by the stage, trying to get in the winner's mindset here for this pivotal match against Ukashami.
Sometimes adrenaline is what you need to win.
Yeah, but as of yet, hasn't really been able to translate that into success on the pitch.
Maybe had too many push-ups. We'll see.
Maybe needed a couple less.
Yeah, that muscle memory. You really need that, especially not just as a keyboard, but also a controller player.
Coming in, Ukashami once again on the attack here to start out the second half.
Oh, good pressure from the defender. Still, that might be a foul call because that was not a strong tackle, but somewhat of a tackle from the backside.
Ukashami coming in now with a kick. It's a short one and then passing it back.
Still Ukashami just controlling this game for now.
I mean, he's been so good with the ball possession so far here in this first set.
Yeah, 55 minutes. I've seen up to a 3-0 comeback. So there's still a lot of time for Joshik, but there needs to be some more attempts. Oh, that's a steal.
Goodness.
Away.
What a steal. Nice try on the goal too, but the goalkeeper able to deflect it off the palm.
Delayed retrieves the ball onto Ronaldo now.
And the pressure is not stopping.
And the shot.
Oh,
immediately with the pass. That's a powerful pass with an immediate kick into another goal from Ukashami.
And that might be the game right here in set number 1.
That might be the nail. The final nail in the coffin with a 3-0 score now. Joshik looks a little different after that shot taken. 59.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that his odds of coming back with 3 goals here. In only 30 minutes of the second half, they're slim to none, and oh my goodness, Ukashami with another steal once again.
Yeah, Joshik needs a goal in every 10 minutes. Another pretty good through pass. Vieira next to the line.
Oh my word. 4-0 Ukashami. As the pressure's just continuing here, and for Joshik, you got to think that at this point, you just want to get your bearings. Do not let this first set get to you. Try to finish with some dignity here. And get ready to set your eyes on coming back later on in the match in set number 2 and set number 3, because as it is right now, Ukashami in complete control.
Yeah, Ukashami, a 3-time champion, from Uzbekistan for FIFA. Let's see how many more goals he can actually attempt. There's another pretty good steal.
Joshik once again with ball control, trying to make something happen. Actually, not sure who got the last touch there. Seems like it was Joshik. As Ukashami now really has all the options in the world. He's just focused on winding down the clock, but I think he's out for blood. I think he wants to make a point here,
yeah,
make
20
a
more
statement.
minutes. All the way into Pele. Good speed, catching the ball.
I mean, another goal here. It won't change the outcome of this game, but it'll certainly be a lot of momentum coming into set number 2 here for Ukashami. He does not want to let up. He wants to make Joshik really feel the pressure over the course of this match.
Still Maldini, super ready to block Ronaldinho. And even the other defender was able to steal that ball away without much contest.
Yeah, Ukashami just in complete control right now on defense. The ball possession has just been absolutely absurd for him.
The trap does not work. That was a wild pass.
Passing in. Ukashami looking to add another point on the board.
Yeah, good tackle there. That was a dangerous spot, but you're already losing 4-0. You have to try.
Yeah, you got to do something. 7 minutes or so left on the clock. Joshik is going to make a Hail Mary play right now. Ronaldo with the ball has a lot of speed, but the defender with a really good angle.
That's a pretty good block.
Yeah.
Only 5 minutes left.
You can see Joshik just rotating the ball very quickly, trying to find something. He just wants to get one goal on the board.
Close one, Hulik tries it, but the defenders can't go through their legs.
No, he cannot.
Yeah, double the defense up, killing all the angle.
Yeah, Joshik just wanted one more goal on the board to kind of have something to feel good about closing out this game, but Ukashami is not going to give it to him. Plus 2 minutes of extra time here.
Yeah, this first set is going to feel very cruel. The remaining time will be even worse for Joshik. He has to stay together in terms of mentality. Here's Hulit with the final attempt again from Ukashami. And the keeper's not even close to the goal anymore. That was a good draw.
5-0 here in set number 1 of the second round.
Yeah, Ukashami just understanding the game perfectly.
And I mean, here for Joshik, you can kind of feel after that third goal, all the momentum was gone for him, as he's already set his eyes on coming back in set number 2 and set number 3.
It had this call long time ago, but the ball just did not go out. And no fouls were called. And now we do not have that much time. And time's up. That is a 5-0 win for Ukashami in the first set.
Ukashami just in complete control right there. Joshik was not able to get the same success in terms of ball stealing or intercepting passes on defense that he had on his first match of the day. And as a result, possession just massively favoring Ukashami from start to finish in that one. And Joshik, you could almost feel him kind of check out right there mentally in the second half after Ukashami went up 3-0. As Joshik is trying to conserve some of that energy, some of that mental focus for sets that he can win in set number 2 and set number 3, because keep in mind, it's not a best of 1 here. It is a best of 3 in this match. And there are still chances for Joshik to come back with 2 more set wins, but the way that Ukashami is playing right now, so much momentum behind him, firing on all cylinders, finding incredible angles to come in with attacks. I mean, the setups, they've been beautiful. His passes, they have not been getting intercepted. And even on defense, the ball stealing has just been so consistent over the course of set number 1. You got to think that Joshik from Kazakhstan really feeling the pressure here.
Yeah, Ukashami, I think I can still see that this player wants to have more. Not just 5 shots. 5 out of 7 actually scoring. That's pretty high of a percentage if you tell me. And having that much possession, I've never seen that much of a number. But still, it just shows that these numbers just show that from our first set. It wasn't dominant, it was basically a festival for Ukashami. Proving again on the big stage, he's not just a local player who won multiple championships. He's going to be a regional winner very likely after this set.
Yeah, now one set went away from coming away ranked #1 here in the Central Asian group. As he is, as of yet, undefeated in matches. And now on match point, he just needs to win this one more set.
Yeah, just one more set.
I gotta say, man, the way that he's been looking already is just so solid. 65% possession.
Yeah, one of the best thing about Road to Asian Games is that we get to see a lot of the players that are still very unknown, unveiled. And a lot of these players might come up. Of course, Ukashami was well known from the region and also somewhat globally, but proving on this big stage that he can play so well, you know, against one of the stronger players from Kazakhstan, Joshik. But still, with this much of a performance, I'm pretty sure the players from South Asia, Southeast Asia, East Asia, they're watching closely at what Ukashami is doing on stage.
Absolutely, and I think it's continue to perform like this. Not only is he going to walk away with the #1 seed coming out of this group, heading to the Asia Games in Hangzhou, but he's going to be feeling very confident once he gets there. I mean, compared to his peers, he certainly seems to be a head above the competition right now, but yeah, this was only set #1. Let's keep in mind that Joshik was able to win 2 sets to start off the day. 3-0 against Galconish from Turkmenistan, and he can come back and try and regain some of that form here, just take a mental reset.
Yeah, it needs a mental reset. Plus, it's hard to change your formation, but I think like a big change from Joshik is needed. If you have this big of an opponent, having 5 goals into your own net, it's not a good taste. It leaves a lot in your mouth going into the second set. I think he needs to adjust a lot in terms of the personal strategy. Maybe change up the entire strategy book that you had before. And unless that happens, I think it's going to be a very uphill for Joshik to come back in this round. But final round, let's go to set 2. The match again between Ukashami versus Joshik.
Onto the pitch we go. Ukashami and Joshik battling it out here in what is effectively the winner's match of this 4-person group. Only 2 rounds to play here today. Already here in the second round, and Ukashami would love to walk away with one more set win and take that rank 1 title coming out of this regional group.
And here's Ukashami from Uzbekistan with the same formation, I believe.
Yeah, I would be surprised, honestly, even if Joshik were to mix it up, as it feels like...
Yeah, no change needed.
Yeah, no changes from Ukashami. But Joshik as well, you know, he looked so solid in his first match up against Galconish. And you got to think that here in set #1 against Ukashami in what is effectively the winner's match, it was really just him not being on top of his game. You know, maybe that break was just a little bit too long for him. Keep in mind that he finished that one in what felt like under 30 minutes for match #1.
Joshik now switching off to 5-1-2-2. Yes, this is something that I was maybe thinking was required. 2 top, super defensive, 5 back. Of course, you had 5 goals against you, so I think it's a good time to call for a 5 back. Look at the expression on his face. Try that many attempts now. I do have a lot more in possession, and I can steal a lot more and have some solid defense in my own box zone with the 5 back. And we'll have 2 top strikers looking for that big counter all the way up from the front, all the way up. The players actually almost went out of field.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out for him. I am surprised that he's shaking up his strategy here, going from set #1 to set #2, but I guess really feeling the pressure after that 5-0 loss.
Yes, I think that was required to basically wipe off everything that you had and go for something that you practiced and that works against the opponent.
And kickoff is on here. Ukashami starting with possession. on the left side in the yellow. Joshik once again on the right in the whites. And a nice steal right there, intercepting that pass.
Gotta feel good having a lot more solid defense from the center CDMs, falling all the way back towards the back.
And with a 5-1-2 too, you got to think that some of this game plan has to come down to big counterattacks, right? Using that defense to try to set up.
Will be attempted, but Ukashami's not like an amateur player. He's ready for any type of counter play, as he did have the 4 back along with the LDM and RDM on his back.
And Joshik now moving really quickly up the pitch.
See, already back in the field, as the counter attack was not up to speed, so Joshik going to fall back a little bit, going towards starting to rotate. Oh, with a pretty big roam.
It's a nice wide pass right there. Ronaldo with a header. Actually, I think the defender was able to kick that one, or hit that one off the head, back into the midfield.
Great connection though. Attempted some long passes, which was never seen in the first set.
No, so, we did see it in match number 1, and it worked to perfection, winning 3-0.
Yeah, but it was against a different opponent. Now having a tough time. Oh, that one slightly too long. Of course, you do have to be careful when you are going for those ball steal against the keeper. Or you might see a card real soon if you have that much of an action against the goalkeeper.
Yeah, instead, no cards just yet. Joshik continuing to rotate through. That kick way off to the right.
Yeah, I think it did hit one of the defenders in the air.
Header was going to be the choice there from Joshik, unable to connect.
Yeah, that air fight was pretty massive from Joshik.
I got to say, the possession game we're seeing from Joshik a lot better here in set number 2.
It was another really good attempt.
He's looking better here.
Yeah, every time Joshik's trying to win the air fight against Ukashami, really having another type of offense planned for set number 2. So far, it's been okay. I like the tries. It did not go in, but there were a lot of moments where he was proving to himself, okay, this is a nice strategy. Over a few more attempts, it could totally work.
I mean, let's think back to his chances in match number 1. He took a lot of them, was able to walk away with 3 goals over 2 sets. And now kind of going back to that grassroots, his bread and butter strategy. Looks so solid in round number 1. But a nice recovery so far here to start off set number 2.
Another pass a little too strong. Bullet cannot touch the ball.
Really rapid passing here from Joshik.
Yeah, so Ukashami, after the formation change now, he's saying, okay, I can kind of build up, but there's a lot more just a lot more men, a lot more pressure from the center field. So he has to think in different terms now.
So many bodies on Pele right now. Ronaldo's going to have it. Actually goes for the kick. It was a respectable attempt from that distance. I mean, just so many defenders. All that yellow on screen.
Yeah, pretty good CD, but just a little off in terms of angle.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough from that far out, right, with so many defenders around you to try and thread the needle into the goal.
Yeah, at that much of a distance, if you just have a straight DD, it's very likely it just flies off to the audience. So you oftentimes take a weaker shot. So still good attempts. I think there were at least 3 attempts by Joshik already in the first half. And close to none from Ukashami.
That's surprising. Plus 2 minutes right now.
Look what this extra man in the back line is doing.
That's really
a lot
shut
of cut
down.
off in the middle, even before the box line.
That's really shut down a lot of the aggression coming out. As it seems increasingly less likely that we'll have another 5-0 score here.
Yeah, Joshik is certainly an experienced player too, saying, okay, Ukashami, if you're going to use my weakness coming from the 4 back, I'm just going to switch it up back with the 5 back, having some massive defense. And as you can see, it's it's not a minor change, it's a formation change, which is working solidly. But Joshik, few attempts, pretty good, but maybe he needs to pick up on the speeds slightly more, or on the power of those shots.
Yeah, starting the second half here. So we might have some changes in tactics or in roster on the field.
Yeah, looking for who to have all the way back into position.
You can see Joshik really thinking about this one, what he wants to do here. Says he's ready to go. Second half about to get ready, underway.
Yeah, I think Ukashami did not even have to use that many players in terms of stamina and the run. So might actually go full power. Has to go full power in the second half. We'll have better attempts.
I should have an edge in that regard.
Oh, defender right behind him. It might not have thought that grabbing the ball would take that long with the speed. Midfield control now, Ukashami. Again, the build-up.
It's very slow right here.
Yeah, this is the line where Ukashami has to work through. You can't directly go into the back line, so you have to bring up a lot of the midfielders. Okay, there's an
opening.
Crack.
Goalkeeper able to block that one out, though. It was a good try there by Ukashami.
That was a sharp pass.
Really his first real try of this set.
Ronaldo cannot win that air duel.
No, and just so many defenders as well.
I'm still impressed from that real sharp pass from Ukashami. Those attempts against... So if you have that many defenders, I don't care. I'm just going to have my perfect pass for the one striker.
And then an instant kick. We saw that earlier in set number 1 of this match. Hasn't really been able to manifest that here in set number 2 just yet, as it's still 0-0.
Yeah, that sweeper getting... basically being a marksman for Ronaldo.
Ukashami once again on the attack. It's like for the majority of the second half to start, he's just been in control, dictating the pace. Oh, defenders. Fortunate to get ball control there.
Yeah, I think that was Ronaldo on the left side who went a little too far.
It could have been a disaster had that not taken place. Oh, man, I thought that one might have gone in. Goalkeeper was able to deflect it, though. A nice try by Joshik.
Good shot taken. That was very close to being offsides, too, but perfect timing on that connection. So out from the keeper. So here's the corner kick. Straight in.
Going for a header.
And another corner kick.
This time going to go for a bit of a slower build.
Pele steals it away.
Yeah.
Real quick off of the two offensive men there and can't pass.
Yeah, 1v2 ball steals nice there.
Oh,
but oof.
That field of vision, I think, was the problem there. Did not have the confidence to actually have the long pass through the defenders. Had one striker running towards the other side.
Yeah, but now it's Ukashami's turn to try and mount some more pressure here. On Joshik's side, 75 minutes so far.
Another steal.
Wow.
I told you the only downside of Pele is the team color, which doesn't matter for the tournament.
Oh. Might have some chances here. Looking for a setup. Getting very close in the box. But the defenders just have enough bodies to be able to zone out the attack. And once again, it's Joshik trying to mount a counterattack, but...
Yeah, you can just see from the play that Ukashami is feeling that much more pressure now. Okay, I don't have that much room anymore. I have to make some more perfect moves before I actually land that shot. But has no big opportunities like that.
Yeah, but with only 8 minutes left, you got to think that one goal could be enough to end it here. Unless we go into overtime.
Yeah, just QQQ all the time, just leaving the ball through.
Joshik really struggling to find an opening right now. Ukashami's attack has been very powerful. Just continuing forward. Joshik would love to get a steal.
And can pass all the way. Offside trap. Really working hard against what Joshik wants to do. Because from this line, he does break through. But can he connect 1-2 more dot with quick passes?
90 minutes on the clock, +2. Now or never here for Ukashami. One goal will win the match.
He's pretending like he wants to go to the wing, but it's the center.
Oh, it's the center, but the defender is able to bring it back to the goalkeeper, and that's going to be the half.
And Maldini, good steal near the line. And that will be it. And now we have some extra time to fill. And which player will have the first goal?
That defense has really been the name of the game here in set number 2. Joshik has done a great job of recovering from that 5-0 in set number 1. Wasn't able to get too much possession here in the second set, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the defense was just so airtight.
Yeah, pulling back the defensive midfield for Joshik is working very well. Ukashami not really finding those kill pass angles into that box line, which was the reason why he was able to have 5 goals in the first set. And he took that right away, had that reviewed in just a few minutes, and just formation change works real well. But Ukashami is a very sharp player. We saw those really sharp passes actually landing on those strikers. So we'll see a lot of substitutions happening on, I believe, for both.
Probably getting subbed out there as Ukashami is going to be starting with ball control here in extra time. Working slowly through his opponent's side of the pitch. Oh, that's an ambitious pass. Went for the kick, but the goalkeeper was fast enough out of the box to be able to get it. Now it's going to be Joshik's ball. He's got to slow this down, though. There's too many defenders on that front line.
Oh, even having Zevchenko on the field. Just have maximum freshness for these extra time.
Down to Mendy. Passing back in the center. Actually able to make some good progress here.
Build up is there.
Oh, the defender's finally getting the ball. Oh, offense has it yet again. He's going to go for it. But no, the ball stolen by the defense. Ukashami coming through in the clutch there. Was a dangerous situation. Was able to steal that momentum there from Joshik.
Yeah, just way too many defenders clustered in that central zone. And Joshik was trying to break free on his own. Sometimes it's okay to fall back all the way towards the wing side and then have a full floating pass.
It's Ukashami's turn to try and make something happen. He's looking for an opening.
Xavier, the striker. And a CD. Well untempted.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, not quite close. Even with that angle, sometimes you think that it would go in, but oftentimes you're aiming for the curve.
Continuing on now. These players both taking a look at their tactics. Let's see if they make any more substitutions here. As we continue on through extra time, passing the 105-minute mark.
Yeah, Joshik, we could see the 5-1-2-2 slightly more forward, but this time compared to the beginning of the match, I think. And we want to see what Ukashami is doing on the other side too. I think it should be similar with some substitutions that happened. They might have already used the maximum number of substitution.
Yeah, in a long match like this one, especially 0-0, definitely is a possibility. There's Joshik once again trying some build-up. So many defenders in the front line. Actually, that pass just right off the body of Ukashami's defender, and now he's going to get possession here.
Yeah, even with Zidane, you might be looking towards more headers. He's got that accuracy and the power.
Absolutely, and some really nice passes here on the side by Ukashami, but defenders are able to intercept again. It's something that Joshik did so well in the first match in round number 1 today.
There is that extra men that we have been missing from the first set from Joshik, and cutting things off. Ukashami playing a similar style in terms of build-up, but might have to change some angles once you go in.
A little bit of a breakaway right here,
yeah,
but
defensive
not
line
enough
is already.
speed.
Yeah, defensive line is already back in position. Yeah, 1-3 pass. But has to wait for the midfield line.
He wants to go to the wing and then back into the center, but there's so many defenders in the way right now.
Yeah, bring the attacking midfields all the way up.
Ukashami getting close.
Connection
He
with
wants
Piero.
it.
but double manned up in the box, and he was the only one and all the way up at the front.
Plus 1 minute, Ballston just gonna get kicked out.
And we want to go to a penalty shootout.
And going down to the wire, 0-0.
And Ukashami already had one victory from the first set from the penalties. And here we go. This might be the match point, the championship point for the Central Asia for Ukashami.
Ukashami instantly readying up for the penalty shootout. Joshik taking a little bit more time to try and consider his options before clicking ready. It's all going to come down to this. Ukashami, if he's able to win this shootout, he will be first place in this group. If Joshik is able to fight back and win this shootout, he will force us set number 3.
Shevchenko, okay, there's the first one for Ukashami.
Joshik trying to fight back, and it's good.
Oh, I thought that was almost a block. Good direction, red.
Ukashami again coming through with a nice, easy kick on the right side. That's going to be 2 on the board. Joshik looking to fight back, and his is also good.
Yeah, this is the usual 2-2. And from here on. Oh, right next to the feet.
Right next to the feet, but it's good. And man, all 6 shots, 3 from each player, been able to connect.
Yeah, we might have more than 5 this time. 1 block is all you need at this point.
Not gonna get it though. That's another one for Ukashami. Joshik gotta be feeling the pressure right now.
Straight
but there's
in.
no
4-4-4. And we'll come to the final and potentially more.
And that one's also good.
Another strong kick from Ukashami.
5 straight for Ukashami. Joshik, he has to make another one happen here.
All you need is 1 block.
But it's not good. 5-5.
And we continue.
Ukashami comes through. Once again connects. 6 for 6. Can Joshik keep this up?
Yeah, some more pressure for Joshik as he's going second.
And it's good. Not a single block has been able to come through.
We might be here for a while, State.
It does feel that way.
1 block is all you need.
But it's not going to be it. That's 7. Now for Ukashami, Joshik, he's got to make this one happen.
Lots of pressure on the line. And the kick.
Oh!
It hits the hand, but still goes in with the power.
Off
7-7.
goalkeeper.
And totally blocked. There's the first block off the penalties. Oh, up to Joshik. If he can make this happen, that will be it.
He'll be able to force a set number 3. Can he do it, Joshik? And the kick is
That
good.
is good.
Wow. 8-7 in the penalty shootout. Joshik able to fight back after losing 5-0 in set number 1. He wins it in a 0-0 contest with a penalty shootout. Both players starting with 6 consecutive shots in a row, maybe even 7. 7
yes.
in a row, that's right.
That's right, and then
All
there was a crazy block finally from Joshik's goalkeeper, and then a shot made from Joshik, and that had to be close. Ukashami also saying, oh man, made 7 shots and still lost.
I mean, you take both players, that's 14 in a row.
Yes.
It's just absurd. And I mean, we've seen Joshik from his first match of the day in round number 1 against his opponent.
Yeah, see,
From Turkmenistan, he did so well. He looked so tight. And then just here in match number 2 getting started, you know, a really shaky performance. You could see he kind of lost his mental a little bit after it went to 3-0. And those last couple of goals there in set number 1 for Ukashami were so good.
Totally.
But Joshik, he's just been able to fight back. A lot of resilience here as they're fighting for the number 1 spot here in the Central Asian group.
I told you, State, that the penalties usually go in a lot more. We just had a whole lot of blocks happening from the other penalty shootout that we had in the previous day. And that's usually how it goes.
My goodness. Possession percentage still wildly in favor of Ukashami.
Yeah, had a lot more passes. Possession game controlled by Ukashami, but it was a lot. That line from the defensive midfield was actually held ways behind, like 15, 20 meters off of the box line. And that's where most of the possessions came from. Joshik did not even pressure up to that line, making sure he had all the defensive men in the box, near the box line, actually the double line, the fallback, and also the defensive midfield from Joshik. So Ukashami saw no angle of having those kill pass and leading into the goal. That's why only 2 shots taken, 1 on target. Whole lot of possessions, but you can't win game.
Yeah, Joshik was a little bit more ambitious with his shots. Fortunately, wasn't able to connect any of them for goals. There were 5 in total, 2 of those on target, but just barely missing. That was a thrilling set number 2. Absolutely went the distance.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go to a decider match between these two, Ukashami and Joshik. One of them will be first place in this group, and one of them will fall to second and possibly even third, depending on how the scores
that's right.
click out. I mean, we're gonna have a lock for first and a lock for fourth, but we have to see exactly how the losers match is going on right now, because say Joshik loses this one in set number 3, he was down 5-0 in set 1. He's probably looking at a third place finish. It's probably first or bust for him.
Unless he scores a lot in this upcoming third set. I think the third set is loading up between the 2 players. Who is going to take this and become the first seed of Central Asia? We'll see. And it all comes down to this, the final game, final set on the final round that we have between Ukashami and Joshik. And again, Ukashami staying the same with 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, not surprised that he's sticking with the same strategy.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Worked to perfection in set number 1. And set number 2 absolutely gave him a shot there, went all the way to the penalty cookout.
But
penalty shootout.
But what I'm more interested about is the formation of Joshik. Will there be any changes back to his original, or just having 5-1-2-2 now since the second set?
It might be another low-scoring affair. We'll have to see. His defense was so solid there in set number 2.
Yeah, look how far those top 2 strikers are.
Yeah, Ronaldo and Pele.
It's like he has no AMs actually on the field. It's just all the way just DMs on the left, DMs on the right. Madly focusing on the defense. Basically, I would actually just say that 7 back, 2 front. Joshik feeling confident after certainly had a full recovery with that much defensive work on the second set.
Yeah, and it shows how resilient he is. I mean, losing set number 1 and then going to match point in set number 2 after a 5-0 showing to open up the series. And then bouncing back in really a nail-biter. Went the full 120 minutes. Penalty shootout was 0-0. Shot second as well and was able to still come back after both players got 7 consecutive shootouts converted for goals. Joshik was able to pull in with the defense and then finally land that last shot to get the victory and bring us here to set number 3.
Here it is for the match winner and the group winner.
And it's going to be Ukashami in the yellow, Joshik in the black.
Ukashami did attempt to go into the box line at least. So she's trying to make some type of solution against the defensive work from Joshik, and a promising sign already. That actually got to the box line even though it was slow. It did go a little further compared to set 2 already, which is indeed really good. Showing why it did not really change anything in terms of formation.
2-on-1 there on Pele, so he's going to have to pass back to a teammate. Is Joshik really getting zoned out by the defenders right now here on the top side of the pitch. Nice forward pass, though, right into the middle. Oh, this is some chance. Ronaldo is good from downtown. What an incredible shot coming out of Joshik. Not even in the box. I mean, we saw that there in match number 1, in round 1 against his opponents. These quick passes, instant kicks from a distance. And I mean, the power on that thing, just unbelievable, right into the goal. You could see Ukashami shaking his head.
Yeah, quick CD so that the keeper could not place or position himself to block that shot towards the corner of that goal. Did not even have to do full strength on that shot because the shot was taken so early on.
Joshik, usually when he goes for goals like this, they're so explosive. That's why he takes so many shots. Oftentimes they're ambitious, and that means that he's not connecting with a lot of them, but he has more tries than the opposition almost always. And now 1 for 1 here to start out set number 3.
Ukashami, now you can see, focusing slightly more towards off to the side. That pass did not connect. Had close to no chance if he wanted to pass towards that center. So again, defensive win for Joshik there. As Ukashami did go towards the box though, but I think showing some better in and outs from the box line.
Yeah, certainly, but hasn't been able to manifest that into any meaningful shots just yet. Is Joshik once again with ball possession, although
almost a steal.
Almost got stolen. Hernandez was just right in the position to get it, but then the 2v1, a little bit too much there for the attacker. Ukashami back in control. Gonna try and put a point of his own on the board.
Yeah, but Ronaldo against all the back line can't really pass on his own. He has to rotate slightly more and call that line up.
A nice short passes here from Ukashami, trying to set up for something big. Pele is good.
Good connection. Left wing.
Hernandez again, as he's just rotating through, waiting for an opening. It looked like he might have had one there in the center, but the defenders were blocking for a long time. Ronaldo passing.
Oh yeah, that's offsides.
That was offsides. A little bit too far
yeah,
forward.
That was way up ahead.
Yeah, you can see it right there.
Was close though, as he literally had the box himself.
A good call by the ref. Otherwise, I mean, Ukashami would have been in fantastic position to walk away with a goal from that one.
No, actually, it's a
oh, wow.
slight mistake there.
Oh, but he gives it to the defender. I feel like there might have been a chance there for Ukashami.
Yeah, the run could not be made. I think the defender was in the way.
And once again, Joshik on the attack.
All the way into,
wow.
instantly to Hulit.
Is he gonna go for a long one again? Oh, it's Pele, close. Goalkeeper gets the hand on it. Deflects.
Retrieved by the defender immediately. Hulit was next to it too. Pele with the shot, another steal. Could not pass. That was offsides at the moment when Pele received the ball.
Joshik feels like he's on fire right now here.
Ronaldo on the line.
Coming in again with Ronaldo. Second goal to start out set number 3. And Joshik, in a crazy turn of events, we were wondering whether he still had it after that 5-0 set score defeat in set number 1. But here, after a penalty shootout, 0-0 in set number 3, he's now up 2-0 in the first half.
Ronaldo.
I mean, Joshik is really showing some explosive passes to Ronaldo deep in the box and converting those for goals so consistently here.
And making sure he has a lot more accuracy instead of power, and to quickly connect those passes through the defender. And also, it's very important to sometimes wait until you don't have offsides. And now Ukashami with the corner. All the way towards the back. Full power!
Whoa, hits the post. That was an ambitious try. It was a good one, too.
Yeah, that almost went in.
Love to see Ukashami take those chances. He might have another one, but no, it goes to the defender.
Yeah,
we'll kick it out.
Way too many bodies in front of you before you have that ball going into the goalkeeper. So that will be 2-0 up leading Joshik. That quick CD. Ronaldo's kicks.
Yeah, first one from
so
downtown,
good.
Second one in the box,
Yeah,
just really using that speed.
Yeah, passing slightly with less power, so that Ronaldo does not go too far and misses the ball, or even have offsides potential. It was just perfect position.
You can see Joshik, even though he's up 2-0 right now after the first half, still talking to himself, still trying to think through what he can do better here in the second half, as he is now 45 minutes away from finishing first place in this group. And Ukashami, after looking so good in set number 1, really up against the ropes here. Ever since Joshik switched to this 5-1-2-2, his defense has been unpenetrable. Not a single goal scored through 3 halves. 2 in set number 2 and 1 here in set number 3, excuse me. As Joshik once again with ball possession here to start off the half. Oh, nice steal though.
Might have been
a flag?
Yeah, no, just a foul. I think I've seen a touch onto the shoulder side. I'm pushing the player a little bit, saying, get out of my way. I think the ref caught it. Sometimes the ref doesn't catch everything. But here's Joshik now on the other side in the second half.
Almost a steal there. Joshik with a nice recovery, and once again setting up into a good position, but that kick, oh my goodness!
Hernandez! Oh. Quick offsides there.
Yeah.
Because there was an immediate pass. I thought Ronaldo was actually inside, but
I didn't catch that one.
The ref's doing the job, certainly.
Doing a better job than we would.
Yeah, I'm not the ref. You're making sure Ukashami best attempt.
Oh, goalkeeper able to kick it right to a defender as well. So Joshik can be able to maintain control now. Get back on the attack. I love this long pass and then an instant kick.
Yeah, Vieira went for the run to steal that ball.
Oh, wow, man, these passes have been
just
so good
just
from
over the head.
You see, he was thinking about going for it there.
Yeah, Pele was saying, oh, that might be a penalty. Oh, no, never mind. I'll get up. And goes to the corner.
Really clustered with defensive bodies there in the center as Pele trying to consider what to do. Might kick this one all the way to the back, but instead going to go for a header. Gets right back to him, defender. Not going to kick that one out. Joshik instead just going to regain control.
Still winning 2-0.
Yeah, with 30 minutes
that long
left.
Pass. Might have been slightly too long. Or I think at that moment, he realized that he was a little too late. Maldini, again, another steal. Such a great player.
With the header defense. Oh, I thought for a second defense was going to be in control of it, and finally they do.
Yeah, lots of turnovers over there. But Ronaldo with the speed, Maldini. The physical.
He's trying to get in the way right now. He's cutting Ronaldo off. Ronaldo might come from the side. Instead goes to the middle. And then the kick is good into the goal.
And quick connection there. Ukashami has done it for the first time since set 2.
Since set 1, really. Set 2 was 0-0, right? Finally breaking through the defense here of Joshik. All the way in set number 3. Needs one more point to get on the board with 20 minutes left to go here in the second half.
Yeah, that 20 minutes, totally possible. You can make a lot of magic. But Joshik certainly not going to let that happen easily. Yes, his attack will still continue. Defensive line called.
Joshik looking for another chance here, coming in from the wing.
The hand, wanting the ball in the middle of the box. No connection.
Power.
Ukashami. Let's see if he rushes this. Just a little too much power. A little too much power on that pass.
And maybe rushing it just a little there as Joshik is able to regain possession. And this is where Joshik wants to be. With just over 10 minutes left in the second half. Although, oh, a little bit of a blunder there. Ukashami now with some life. 10 minutes to go. Needs to get another goal on the board.
And that was close. That I think hit the defender slightly.
So many defensive bodies in the way.
Brune.
Joshik just looking to be in really good form right now with these steals. And the through passes as well.
Yeah, I think it was a little too far. And the tactical pause there.
Called by Ukashami.
Has to go all the way. It is now or never.
Yeah, just under 7 minutes before we reach that 90-minute mark on the clock. Probably not too much extra time as well. So really, Shami going to be feeling the pressure here.
Yeah, I think this calling a few players. Zidane off to the right. Yeah, RFW, and also I think that I've seen a few more midfield changes. Yeah, Eusebio coming in, Ronaldo out. Let's See if this connects.
That's a good chance.
Shevchenko.
Oh
And
my
it connects
goodness!
from Piero. Direct shot through the legs of the defenders. Matching that's an equalizer at 85 minutes.
Just threads the needle. That pass was so good. Set the attacker up for the perfect angle. Goalkeeper had no shot. That's going to be 2-2. You see Joshik, a little bit of a head shake there. He recognized that was a good play from the opponent.
Immediately after those substitutions.
These two are giving us a show right now in the final match of the night. They got to give it to these guys. Whether it be Joshik or Ukashami that wins and gets first place in this group, no one can deny that it's going to be deserved.
And the attack continues. 90 minutes, clock fixed. Great punch for the keeper. All the way out the post.
Yeah, plus 3 minutes right now. Ukashami might go for a Hail Mary play. Not a lot to lose here before extra time.
Yeah, final attempt not going to be allowed here as we already had 90 minutes a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go into extra time. Let's see what it will be like. It seemed like one goal is all we need. First half, second half, in the extra time. Will it be Ukashami or Joshik? Final round, final match.
Joshik for the first time ever here in this match, I think. Leading in possession there in the second half, 55-45 overall. But Ukashami coming through with two incredibly clutch goals. Really well played by Ukashami to force this extra time. 2-2 the score now. When we had 0-0 in set number 2, it went all the way to the penalty shootout. We'll see if that's going to be the case here again in set number 3.
With Don and a few more might be looking for the airplay. Piero, some space.
Too many defenders on him though.
Yeah, took too much time. Had some space immediately. But might have been thinking about some other players. Bullet.
Actually, it was a really long pass there. Does get intercepted by the defense. And Ukashami once again regaining control.
Off to the right.
Del Piero with the ball. Trying to find somebody open. Just biding his time. Will pass right back to the midfield.
Oh, calling for it. Okay, a pretty good pass towards the wing.
Right to the center.
Oh.
Defense able to get control.
Eusebio, I think he was trying to pass it back to the fielders.
Ronaldo still in for Joshik. Long pass here on the wing. Let's see if Ronaldo can find a way to get open. Seems like there are just too many defensive bodies. In fact, winning the 1v1 right there is Ukashami.
Loses that physical fight.
My goodness.
And the time's up, first half.
Set number 2 and set number 3 so close after that explosive set 1 where Ukashami was able to win 5-0. Since then, just been neck and neck between these two players. Joshik just really needed that one set to kind of get his head back on his shoulders. Since then, it's been a show. Coming into the second half of extra time, passing the 105-minute mark. One goal really does feel like it could end it, but you know, G-Clef, I think we might be going back into those penalty shots. Keep in mind when we did that in set number 2, 7 consecutive scored, but Ronaldo here with the breakaway, he's got a lot of speed. Defender.
Yeah, but that's already in place.
Yeah.
If he kept the ball on the ground, but without the last bounce, maybe Ronaldo could have taken the shot. But the first touch was not perfect. It was just a lot of velocity in the air.
It's hard to control the ball in situations like that. Now Shami gonna see if he can make something happen here. Oh, that's a great pass.
Eusebio! Oh God, missing that shot! That could have been the match.
Potentially game-saving goal there from Joshik.
That pass was a thing of beauty.
It was his one shot with a left kick from the goalkeeper. Able to take it out. We'll see if the pressure can continue now.
Pass towards the back. That's the.
Oh. right into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it just throws all the way out, buying some time. I think both players are thinking about penalty now, but could be one more attempt.
I mean, just go for the extra try. Not many minutes left.
Yeah, it should be about 2 or 3 minutes added.
We'll see. Those minutes go by fast. It's only going to be 2. Ukashami trying to set something up.
Inner box line.
Time is running out. Just go for the play.
You can still manage to have that one final attempt does not go in.
That was a valiant attempt, though. I love it from Ukashami. He just took the best shot he had. He bided his time. Was nice and patient, but right off the hand of an outstretched goalkeeper. And we should be going to a penalty shootout very soon.
Yeah, one more with the corner kick.
I mean, only seconds left right now, unless a header sends this one straight in.
Yeah, you still have the offensive rule. As you get connected, and you makes it immediately, and that is
almost no time left at all.
Quick connection, quick connection for the final goal, and that will be it. No penalty here.
Wow. I cannot believe Ukashami, with seconds on the clock, was able to convert that corner kick into a goal, as that'll basically be it. Almost no time left right now here for Joshik.
Yeah, Ukashami still had that defensive control in the overtime. Connected the corner, long head into a crazy pass that immediately the volley shot leading into the final goal. Will be the first seed of Central Asia Group 2, day number 2.
I mean, that was just an unbelievable play from Ukashami to clutch it out. You could see him explode out of his chair in triumph. He knew he had the game in that bag with that kick. And Joshik is stunned, but I got to say, Joshik, he played incredibly well today. Set number 2 and set number 3, especially here on the final match, were fantastic. You can see the respect these players have for each other. That was such a tremendous match. I got to say, probably the most thrilling one that we've had so far here on the road to Asia. As Ukashami 5-0 in set number 1, but Joshik fought back and brought it all the way down to the wire there in set number 2, winning the penalty shootout 8-7. And in set number 3, just a tremendous play from Ukashami. Hailing from his home country, able to bring it to a victory. Uzbekistan going to be very proud of him.
Yeah, overall, I think Ukashami had a better idea in terms of what he wanted to do. Of course, there was that immediate response from Joshik to switch into 5-1-2-2, which is very unlikely to be seen on these type of stages. But sometimes that's all you need to come back, and he did in second set, keeping it a close score, 0-0, going to the penalty, and finally almost had a real big comeback, but Ukashami just landing that big final goal at extra added time of 120 plus 2 minutes will be the winner of the final round that we have from the winners.
Yeah, and well-deserved. He just looks so good. Unfortunately for Joshik, I think, given that 0-5 set score in set number 1, I think he's likely going to be following the 3rd place instead of 2nd. We'll have to see the full standings to get an idea of that, but Ukashami will be the victor here.
Yeah, look at that, 9 shots, 9 on target.
Wow.
And this time the possession was not as much. Of course, Joshik did have a lot in possession on his own. Not as many shots, but in terms of passes, it did land very well. And one of the numbers that I'd like to point out here is that the pass accuracy from all the other players, it has been low 90%, 91, 92, 93. It's hard to get it up to 95 or above. But making sure those quick passes always happen, I think that was actually one of the key. The reason why Ukashami was able to have so many goals, not just in the first set, but also in that 3rd set with the same formation, breaking through that 5 back of Joshik, which is really hard to do. If you actually play FIFA, you would exactly know what I'm talking about. Breaking into that 5 back with that many goals attempted and on target, that's really hard to achieve.
Especially considering the way that Joshik has been playing today. I mean, think back to match number 1 and round 1 against Galconish. How many times Joshik on defense was able to intercept passes, run interference, steal the ball time and time again. He was so good at it. It was honestly very impressive. But then coming from Ukashami to have such a high pass accuracy against somebody that clearly established themselves as an ace defender there in match number 1. Oh, just so good.
The comeback moment.
I mean, the footwork just fantastic from Ukashami.
Oh,
I mean, these passes were so good.
That
He
first
threaded the needle
attempt.
every single time.
Oh man. Got to see some more details, some different angle from those shots. And just great action, and just update the standings with everyone.
Yeah, I mean, the goal difference there, losing 5 points from set number 1 there, and then a final 6th point in set number 3 for Joshik is going to bring him down into 3rd place. Ukashami will be the victor. Daniel 17, the youngest player in the competition at 16 years of age, finishing in rank 2. Galconish, rank 4, rounding out the bottom here. But honestly, a very competitive group today. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, Daniel 17 must have got a lot of goals around, because he did go into the final round with a -1, and having that up to 2 does mean that a lot of goals were scored on the other side of the final round. So that will be it, and we do have the winner of Central Asia. We do have Ukashami, and it will be the first seed coming up from the Central Asia Group 2, day number 2, after some fiery battle in round number 1 and 2. Showing that why he took so many championships from Uzbekistan.
I mean, just a fantastic player. You could see him really shine through there. And round number 2, the final round of the day, as we get a preview quickly of our tomorrow's matchup. We will be moving from Central Asia to South Asia. And, you know, today was the shortest broadcast of the day, as we only had a 4-player group, so only 2 rounds required. But from here on out, all the way through Sunday, we're going to be having 3 rounds of action. And South Asia should be a ton of fun.
Yeah, Road to Asia game just gets better every single day. I mean, the action continues 5 days as we go. Tomorrow will be Group 3 South Asia, then Southeast Asia, and then we go all the way to the east. So we start from the west, sweep to the south, and the southeast, and the east. You can kind of imagine that in your head, and how we're going
to tour the continent.
Basically. Basically. And some great matches, like penalties 7-7. That doesn't happen too many times.
Yeah, and then the clutch block and coming through with the 8th kick was so good there. Absolutely wonderful play.
Some fantastic FIFA Online 4 action today from a lot of these players. I gotta give my hands to all the players that played today. Of course, it was only 2 rounds between the 4 players, but still, especially what we had in the finals. That was one of the most incredible matches I've seen in the last few months of FIFA Online.
Definitely the headline match here from today.
Yeah, for sure. So we had a lot. That was Central Asia. Any other final thoughts, Tate, before we actually close?
I just can't get ready, or can't get ready, excuse me. I can't
You're
wait.
always ready.
I'm always ready.
Of course.
Can't wait for the action to continue tomorrow, you know. It was only 2 groups here today. Tomorrow we're going to be back to 3 rounds of action. Should be so much fun.
Yeah, today was Central Asia, day number 2, but of course day number 3 is coming tomorrow. So make sure to come back, and thank you everyone for watching the Road to Asian Games 2022 FIFA Online 4.
네.